So, what is an assessment, and does it actually tell you the value of your house? Hey everyone, Elias Acuna here at HeSellsHouses. So at the very basic definition of what an assessment is, it's just really a tool that cities or towns use in order to determine an estimated value of your property so that they can decide how much they're going to bill you for property taxes. Now, in most cases, the city or town does not come through your home in order to determine the actual condition, the upgrades that you've actually made there. So it is really kind of a generalization that they're making about your property. Again, they may be comparing it to other homes that have sold in the area that are similar size, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's a similar condition. Now, the other thing to keep in mind with these assessments is that they're using values that are a couple of years old sometimes. I've seen 3 and 4 years old. So, if they're using sales from the past, again, that may not necessarily be an indication of what your value is today. In all reality, you're not going to know what your house is actually worth until you put it on the market and see what a buyer's willing to pay for it. I do remember after the market crashed in 2008, I was actually in a meeting with a city assessor. And one of the issues that they were having was that the value of all the properties in the entire city had gone down by over $1 billion. So they're really looking at a lot of potential tax revenue lost after those properties were readjusted. So cities or towns will go ahead and they'll make other adjustments. Let's say they may change your actual tax rate, or they'll actually play with those assessment numbers where we saw situations where they weren't using, let's say, foreclosed properties, short sale properties that were essentially distressed and that were bringing down values in the entire area. They wouldn't include those. They would try to use essentially the best houses that they could find. That way they can maintain the value as high as possible. So again, that being the case, the assessment is not an indication of the actual true value of your property. I've actually sold houses, way above assessment and way below assessment, depending on what the market was. $60,000, $100,000 difference. And that just shows you how the market has changed since the last time the person or the town did the assessment on that property. And it's also something that you need to keep in mind as a homeowner moving forward. Even though you may be in a locked rate for your mortgage, that actual interest mortgage payment that you're making to the bank at the basic part of it is never going to change. But because your assessment may change, your tax liability could possibly change. So therefore, changing your actual total mortgage payment if you're including escrows in that payment. Hopefully you found this information valuable. As always, you can go ahead and reach out to me anytime if you have any additional questions. You can schedule a call on my website, HeSellsHouses.com. Follow me anywhere at HeSellsHouses, and hopefully I'll be able to help you with all your real estate needs.